On the air everywhere, this is New England Broadcasting.
Sweet Tuesday morning, came on your smile. Tuesday afternoon.
Ooh, talk tomorrow. Tuesday's a day.
Tuesday's gone with the wind.
Going up on a Tuesday. Got your girl in the cut, she Tuesday.
Sun comes up, it's Tuesday morning.
Goodbye, Ruby Tuesday. Who could hang a name on you?
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Thank you, everybody.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Welcome to the program. It's the Ron Van Dam Show. I am one of the people that I just mentioned. It's time for you to chill out, just sit in a chair or whatever, and I will take it from here. I will entertain you, inform you, and also that's enough. Anybody going to the stores and buying after-school supplies? Or school supplies? Not after school, before school. You know what I'm talking about. I don't know. You're supposed to be going to stores in August to buy school supplies for the kids, but nobody knows what they should buy. Do we buy school supplies or not? Or do we get pencils? What's going on here? Do they need shoes for this, or are they staying home? What's going on? Well, the fact is, we don't know yet. Things are getting kind of worse, and yet we're preparing to maybe even make it even when we don't know what we're doing. And it's all because we have no federal leadership. I'll get into that in just a second. All right. I just realized it's time to get pissed. It is. We've been so complacent about this thing. It's time to get pissed because over 100,000 people have died here in this country, and most of them didn't have to. All it took at any given time, and I still haven't heard this, is for the so-called president to address the nation and say, wear a mask. Wear a mask when you're can't be 6 feet away from somebody. Don't have large gatherings. We need to get this under control. Please do what I say as your president. All my followers, be extra careful because it's going the wrong way. Let's do this. That's all he has to say. But instead, through the entire affair, he said that it was a scam and that it's under control. And it's a hoax, and it's getting better, and they've got it under control. You tell that to your friend or colleague from work who has died or has been in the hospital for over a month and is not doing well, or your mother or your father or your grandparents who have actually died because the President of the United States would not stand there in front of the nation and tell them how to keep the numbers down. Still hasn't done it. And if anybody, any scientist or even a member of his staff suggests that it's getting worse, he maligns them and calls them names and shames them. The hell's going on? What the hell is going on? You could literally blame that president for a death. and the president says, well, it's because we're doing more testing that we see more positive cases. Screw that, man. How many people are in the hospital? How many people have tubes down their throat that will never recover from that damage? How many people have actually died? How many people are in ICUs? Those are your numbers, babe. Those are your numbers. Are they going up or are they going down? If they're going up, those are your numbers. The president, in a quite a recent interview, said about the virus, it is what it is. We're doing all we can. Doing all you can. In the beginning, you called it a hoax. They're providing tests across the country, tests that take a week to 2 weeks to get results. By the time you get the results, you find out you had it for 2 weeks. Then it's too late. You've already spread it. Meaningless. Meaningless. And that's how the president has it under control. It's a lie. He's only saving his ass is what he's trying to do. It's time to get pissed about this. And certain governors are doing very well with it, the best they can, with the materials that they have. And those materials come from the federal government, who is not supplying the states with the proper number of tests with quick day-to-day results. Other than that, they're meaningless. Okay, I just wanted to say that because I think it needs to be said. We're becoming very complacent about this thing, which is raging out of control. And we've never had the proper words come out of the mouth of that guy in the White House, to whom I refer. Okay, anyway, hi. How are you today? Hey, we can keep it under control. We know what to do. I put a mask on every day when I go out in public, when I leave the house. It's not that big a deal. It really isn't. It's not that big a deal. If just doing that saves lives and lessens this thing until they come up with the vaccine, then we'd have it beat. But no. Some of you have to run around and have private parties and touch and kiss, figuring, well, I know these people. Just because you know somebody doesn't mean that they're not affected by it or haven't been infected. Well, he couldn't possibly have the virus. I know him. I know him. He wouldn't have the virus. He wouldn't do that. Oh, my God. Stupidity reigns. Okay. We have an interesting show for you today. I have a very interesting guest who's going to talk about something I know nothing about, and I find those interviews quite interesting to me because I don't know what the hell they're talking about. We're going to talk about 5G. I don't know. I've heard of 4G. I think it's in my phone. I don't know what it looks like. Now we're talking about 5G for the home. What the hell are you talking? What language are you talking? Was it hieroglyphics? What are you talking about? You took a number and you took a letter, you put them together, and I'm supposed to be aware of it. I don't know what the hell you're talking about. So that's coming up a little later in the program, along with my dinner from last night, which was not too great. Anyway, I'm constantly learning lessons in life. You can't learn if you don't make a mistake, because when you make a mistake, then it's impactful. If you haven't made the mistake, it doesn't mean anything. So I tend to like to make mistakes, and it's not on purpose necessarily. Here's what happened, man. I went to my tire was getting low. Oh, Ron, oh no. Your tire was getting... Yeah, my tire was... I was losing a couple of pounds of air every day. I mean, I wish body weight-wise that would have been happening, but it was my tire. So I brought it into one of these auto care centers. It was a dealership, actually. And I went in there, and I had the mask on, of course. And I said, "How long would it take to patch my tire? It's a slow leak, quite obviously. It's not flat, so I assume it's a patch job here, man. How long is it going to take?" And the guy behind the counter, with his mask on, Said, that'll take about, I'd say, half an hour to 35 minutes. I said, you got a deal, man. I'm going to wait outside because I don't want to wait in your waiting room because I'm being very careful about this whole thing. So I'll be waiting outside. No, it's hot outside. It's like over 90 degrees around here. So, walked around the lot, looked at cars, making believe I either wanted to buy one or could actually afford to buy a car. You have to second mortgage your home to buy a car these days. So I'm walking around. I'm looking at my watch. Now it's 35 minutes. They have bay doors in the back of the building, and you can see if your car is up on the lift thing, if they're working on it. And they weren't working on it. So I walked into the showroom there to the service center. I said, "Excuse me, I dropped my car off 35 minutes ago. He said it would only take 35 minutes, and then my car's not even on the lift." And the guy said, "All right, well, we'll check on it. We'll check on it. Just to be a few more minutes." Fine, all right, fine. Now it's an hour later. My car is up on the lift, but it's an hour later. Now, originally they said 30 to 35 minutes. I specifically asked, were you lying to me when you told me that, just to get my car in there? Well, an hour and a half later, my car is ready, and I said, what the hell took so long? Well, it takes about, we have to heat seal it. It takes like 10, 15 minutes to heat seal. There was a nail in it. We extracted the nail, and we did patch the tire, and, that'll be $30. And I thought, okay, that's not a bad price for something like that. Not a bad price. I said, thank you very much. But, originally you did tell me 35, but I guess, all right, it's an hour and a half, fine. I guess it's busy. And there is this virus thing going on, which slows everything down. So online, the next day, I get an email from this particular service center saying, please rate us on our performance. Did you indeed bring your car in for service to... It was a Ford dealership, okay? It was a Ford dealership, okay? This is from Ford. And how did the dealership do? And I said, yeah, I'll take this survey because, to be honest with you, I'm not pleased. It took way too long for this thing to be resolved, and they estimated the time, and it was like over twice as long. And I'm standing out in the hot sun because I'm not going to sit in that waiting room with other people, other human beings. Human beings, So I start answering the survey online. Did the dealership do a good job? Well, average as far as patching the tire. Did they deliver it on time? No, sucked. Did they give you accurate information? Did they communicate the progress of your car? No, sucked. And then I sent it in. And I thought, okay, I'm being honest. They want a survey about their dealerships. This is what's going on here, so fine. Good. The dealership calls me back the next day. Apparently, this is... You see, let me explain something to you very, very quickly. There are tons of surveys you do online, and they don't go anywhere. This happens with Comcast. Whenever I have a Comcast problem, they always say, please hang on the line. We have a survey. Just take 30 seconds of a survey. Don't hang up. They always do that. I always take the survey afterwards on the phone, and I always say that Comcast sucks beyond all suckiness possibilities. They suck. They overcharge me. They rape me financially. They take advantage of me. They keep raising prices. They customer friendly sucks. They do the best they can to make you feel like you're getting a lot of stuff for the money, but you're not. And they never call me back. They never say, I'm from Comcast. You maligned us on the surveys, or any way that we can make service better for you or make you feel better about Comcast. They don't do that. They just... Surveys perform the function of making you feel like you've got it off your chest. They throw the surveys in the garbage. I take tons of surveys. I never hear back from anybody about my opinion about anything. But the dealership called me back. And as soon as they said, hi, this is the Ford dealership, you responded to a survey. We'd like to discuss that with you. I thought, uh-oh, they're actually calling me back to discuss it. That never happens. Happened one other time with CVS. I thought CVS, they don't give a crap. I took a CVS survey. I had to wait online, for 5 people deep. Hire another person, I said. If it's busy in your store, get another register open. I shouldn't have to stand there in the store for 10 minutes waiting to get to a register. And CVS called me back. The store manager from that CVS store called me back and actually said, how can we better? And wow, whoa, that survey actually was responded to. Well, that happened here with the Ford place. They said, hi, I'm the service manager at the Ford place that you visited a few days ago for service with the tire and wanted to pursue the conversation. And I realized immediately this service manager got chewed out by Ford because Ford probably called up this particular Ford dealership and said, hey, this guy Van Dam, he's pissed. He's pissed. We don't look, you're a Ford franchise dealership. You better get your act together, Sonny. Call this guy and make love with him, make peace with him. So the guy calls me up and he says, I greatly apologize for you having to wait so long to get your tire patched. That is unforgivable. We should have communicated with you if we were running behind, but we didn't. And what I'd like to do is next time you come in, I'll give you a discount on service, oil change, whatever. We'll give you a discount. We'll put it on your profile here. So if you ever have to do that again. So, well, thank you very much for calling back. And I even said, most places don't call back after a survey. I appreciate the fact that you did, that you offered me this discount. Thank you very much. And that was the end of our conversation. Well, lo and behold, a week later, another one of my tires apparently has a nail in it because it's another slow leak. Same side of the car. Before it was the rear passenger. Now it's the front passenger tire. I must have run over a bed of nails at some point on that side of the car because now that tire's going down. I go back to the same dealership. I go in there and say, hey, here's something funny. I was here about a week ago, man. You fixed one of my tires. Another tire apparently has the same problem. So the guy behind the desk says, all right. And I said very distinctly, very, very distinctly as I could in the English language, I said to the guy at the counter, how long is this going to take? Because I'm going to wait outside because I don't want to sit in the waiting room. And he says, this will take about 45 minutes. Now, I said, okay. I said, fine. And I even mentioned at that point, I said, I was here last week. It took an hour and a half. He says, oh, that's too long. I apologize. 45 minutes. Fine. I go outside. I'm walking around, wasting time. 45 minutes pass. My car is not yet ready. I walked up to the counter and I said, hi, it's been over 45 minutes here. He says, oh, just be another 15 minutes. They've patched the tire and we're waiting for the heat seal and we're going to mount your tire and balance and all that stuff. But another 15 minutes. Well, it turned out to be an hour and 15 minutes that my car was in there. It turned out to be another half hour. Well, so when the car was ready, I walked up to the counter and I said, look, same thing happened last time. You told me 45 minutes and it was an hour and a half. And the guy behind the counter says, it's very difficult to judge the time-wise. I said, well, then don't tell me 45 minutes if it's difficult. Same problem. So he gives me the bill, and I said it was $30. I said, well, isn't there something on my little profile, my account here in your computer that's because they told me if I had to come in here again, I would get a discount on service. He says, well, let me take another look. I didn't see anything. And he's looking at my profile, punches it into the computer, and he says, well, I don't see anything here. So you don't see anything here? Oh, my God. Now you're double screwing. You're asking me to bend over and screwing me again. I started getting pissed. When Ron gets pissed, Ron is 6'3". I'm talking about myself. Ron's 6'3". I don't smile a lot when I'm angry. The guy was a bit intimidated. Anybody who's less than 6'3", when I get angry, they kind of cower just a bit or a lot. So I'm actually a gentle, loving person, but I don't look like it when I'm angry. So my hair actually stands on end. I perch like an attack bird. It's not pretty. So the guy says, look. He says, all right, I'm going to give you 20% off on this. I'm going to change the bill right now. And here's my card, and I'm writing on the back, whether it's in the computer or not, you're going to get another 20% off next time, no matter what you need to do. Just please accept my apologies. What he's basically saying is, don't screw with me on the survey, please, sir. Please, sir. Don't, because on the profile it probably does say, the guy complained and Ford got pissed. Well, I said, well, thank you. Thank you for now the double discount. So I saved money on that, and if I ever have to go in again, I have another discount waiting for me. Okay, so I'm satisfied now. But I said to him, please, next time, just say I don't know how long it's going to take or whatever the case may be. Be up front with me. Don't act like Trump. I didn't say that, but I meant it. Everything's fine. The car's running great. The tires are beautiful. 2 days later, on my computer, in an email, I get an email from Ford, and I say to myself, uh-oh, here we go again. And it's another Ford survey from Ford Corporate. How did the dealership do with your recent visit? And I said to myself, okay, they didn't do well. They made me wait a long time. They said they put a discount computer. It didn't show up when it came time to bill me. They screwed up again. But I said to myself, look, they gave me a discount on the last visit. I've got another discount waiting. I've got the card. Okay. I'm not going to answer the survey. And I haven't, because I learned my lesson. When you answer a survey, you better be ready to defend your response survey thing. Yeah, okay. All right. Hey, I'm going to take a very short little commercial break, and when we come back, the guest is going to join us. That'll be fun, huh? Bet you can't wait. Do you want to go to the bathroom in the meantime? Okay, go on. Go, but don't go too far.
Do you throw boring parties? Do your guests stand about with tepid drinks in their hands, vapidly striving for anything interesting to say to anyone? Do they glance at their watches around 9 p.m. and say, oh, look at the time? Your parties need something, and you know it. Your parties need me, Thompson St. Thomas, fancy bastard. For a gentlemanly, prearranged fee, I will arrive fashionably late to your party, bringing with me that dash of irresistible British charm and a soupçon of the joie de vivre of the French. Soon I'll have your guests regaled with stories of my vacation villa in Saint-Tropez, my zany youthful adventures in boys' school, and that one time I met the prince. Quite a story. For an extra fee, I could be the cheeky one, telling blue jokes and winking roguishly at all the girls. Got a piano? I've got a repertoire, because what English gent can't just sit down at the Ivories and knock out everything from a raucous pub tune to a bit of Gershwin? I know I can, because I'm Thompson St. Thomas, fancy bastard, and I'll see you at your next party. What time shall I arrive?
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. This has been a wonderful, wonderful. There's no survey at the end of this show. It's not going to happen because I know where it's going to go. So there's no survey. However, I will be back again tomorrow on Wednesday with a brand new show. But until that actually occurs, please stay safe, wear your mask, and I wish you peace.